Okay. Oh, let's see. Just about freezing. February 19th. And I got a boatload of snow on my roof. I gotta get some of that off if I can. I just wanted to show where we're at snow-wise. I don't even know if you can tell. I have this I have to get rid of. I got 7 inches or so here I gotta get rid of. See? You see that? Anyways, I got more to do there. And so it's going to rain Friday, so I just wanted to show this. Show this. We got hammered here recently, so nice lull in the snow for about a month, and then we got hammered with some heavy stuff. And that's the new stuff on this roof here, and that's the old stuff, whatever. So it's going to rain on Friday. That'll be awesome. Let's get rid of this. It's pretty, but I wanted to show you while it's still pretty. Pretty and nice, and boy, it'd be great for sledding. Anyways, I've been seeing some people on YouTube saying what I've been saying, that the chemtrails, contrails, airplane trails, call them what you want, are not geoengineering in that they are meant to cool the planet, but they do the opposite. And there's one going over now, but you won't see it because we have snow coming in today. They're meant to do the opposite. Now, warm the planet. Why would they want to warm the planet? Like I said, I think these twisted freaks who don't give a shit about us have discovered that there's going to be an ice age, or some evidence to that effect, and they've gone ahead without telling anybody, just as if there was a comet coming was going to smash us. You know how they're not going to tell everybody, right? Because we're going to panic and we're all going to move out of the way. So if ice age comes, they know we're all going to move. They don't want to tell us. We're all going to head south. That's where I'd be going. So they're not going to tell you if there's an ice age coming. In fact, they would probably tell you the opposite. That it's getting warmer. And the cool thing about their whole plan to warm the planet is that it gives a little evidence to that effect, that, oh look, global warming is warming the planet and we need to do this and that and whatever. But in actuality, it's going to get colder. It has been getting colder, and they've been doing what they can. Chemtrails, excess carbon emissions, doing what they think would work, trying to keep it warm as long as they can, while they squirrel away whatever supplies they need, either underground or off planet. I don't know what they're doing. They're crazy. But believe me, you don't really think they're going to tell you if an ice age was coming, right? They're not going to tell you. So that's what I think the chemtrails are for. And they don't necessarily even have to have aluminum and barium and strontium in it. Strontium. I mean, it could be, you know what they did do? They did redesign jet engines so that the idea was to make them more efficient, but they also made contrails more likely. When they did that redesign, it did make them more likely to appear and persist. Well, that's not, you could say that's an accident or a coincidence, but they did that, so it did happen. They did redesign the engines so that they make trails happen. And they did deregulate the airline industry. And I don't know if that made there be more flights, but there are more flights than ever. It used to be a big elite thing, right? If you were going to go flying across the country, you're talking a lot of money. It was a lot of money. It was a big deal. Now they have flights all the time. The are half empty. And yet somehow they still make money. It makes me wonder. Other extra flights for no reason other than to keep the planet warm? Why not? It doesn't. They can do what they want. They have this big printing press, and they can print all the money they want and change the climate any which way they want. They have a black budget. They can do whatever they want. So they've been, digging underground. And I'm sure they have a secret space program where they can go wherever they want virtually. So they're probably on the moon or whatever. I don't know what they're doing. But they're not going to tell you, right? If an ice age was coming. Right? And so I just saw a video about some lady at the international... it was the IPCC, International Panel on Climate Change. She said that all the evidence they have is that contrails would warm the planet. Okay, that's a global warming person saying that that's what they would do. So I don't know. Anyways, this isn't global warming. I'm thinking they did what they could, and if they stop chemtrailing, or contrailing, call it what you want, it would probably get really cold. What I would like them to do is just tell us the truth, and we'll deal with it from there. I mean, but they won't, so I don't know. What would you do if you knew that ice age is coming? What would you do? I don't know. I wouldn't live in Maine, that's for sure. Okay, bye. Okay, that's a little better. Now I can drive around here. But yeah, I think it looks like they think at least we're going to an ice age. And the use of fossil fuels, or whatever you want to call them, petroleum, I think they didn't need to do that. They know that. I mean, these engines, combustion engines, are so inefficient. They're like 95% heat, 5% power. They put out heat and carbon. They didn't need to do that. We could have electric cars, and everything could be a lot more efficient. I know they like to make a profit, and profit's good, but what for? Just for being rich? I mean, they already have a printing press. They're already rich, okay? So all this profit stuff is kind of a cover for what they're really doing, which is getting this planet nice and toasty as they can, as long as they can. Toasty as they can, as long as they can. And that's why we have this weird financial system. They can do all kinds of stuff with money they pull out of thin air. If they get a giant agenda like digging massive tunnels under the ground so that they can go and live in there for thousands of years, it ain't no thing to do it. That's no big deal at all. When you have this kind of financial system, you pull money out of thin air. and sell drugs, you know, opium. Oh, opium's on the rise. No kidding, huh? Why is that? Well, we're in Afghanistan. It's no big coincidence to me. So I think even that stuff, like what in the world they are spraying, was actually misinformation, probably deliberately, but I don't know. A lot of the stuff you see online, oh, I tested my water, falls within limits of natural environment. So even though what people get the parts per million, parts per billion mixed up, and you can see it if you look, it's confusing enough so that it could be accidental, but I don't know. If you're gonna make up something about chemtrails and say what are they spraying, I would pick aluminum. Why? Because it's so prevalent. You go and test for it, you're going to find it, and then you're going to confirm your bias. Well, there are chemtrails. Oh, they really are spraying. Well, it's true. They really are spraying. But they want to make sure you're looking in the wrong direction. They want to make sure you're looking in the direction of, oh, the elite are trying to cool the planet. They want to make sure if you're looking in the wrong direction, you're never going to see the truth, which is trying to warm the planet. I mentioned this over on Dutch Sense's channel, and somebody said, I said, check out the movie The Arrival with Charlie Sheen, where the aliens, I guess, were warming the planet. This planet. They had these giant reactors or whatever they were doing, pumping out as much heat as they could. I think that is a little slice of the real reality that's going on. You can just edit out the alien part if you want. But some dumbass said, life isn't a movie. It's like, no shit. But they make movies about life. And they like to hide a little bit of the truth about your existence that they ain't telling you right out in the open. They like to hide a little bit in the movies, you know that. So, is it snowing again? Son of a bitch. I wish I had some place to go. Whew. Well, at least it's pretty. Pretty friggin' cold. So, that's what I think their agenda is. I've mentioned this all before, but you know, I have new people coming in. They don't know. They're not going to dig around in my old videos. So, the elite. Why the elite want you dead or dying before the Ice Age? that's one of the ones I mentioned it in. So that's why I think they burn fossil fuels. They don't need to. I think that's why we have a giant population explosion. They could have controlled that. They control everything else. Giant population explosion. What are you going to need to do? You're going to need to produce more, use more energy, pump more heat into the environment, more carbon, whatever you think is going to warm the planet. Do it more. Produce more goods that you're going to throw underground for your civilization, you know, when everything goes to hell up here. That's why I think I've always wanted to have an underground house, just because it's warmer, number one. And tornadoes ain't going to fuck with you. Well, it just makes more sense. Maybe in my new life, in a different state or different country or whatever. That'd be cool. Okay, good day.